आज के वीडियो में कंटिन्यू करेंगे न्यूमेरिकल्स ऑन kinematics. So there is a question on a 60-kilometer track. There is a track AB and the length of this track is 60 kilometer. 60 kilometer the track, the train travels the first 30 kilometer with a uniform speed of 30 kilometer per hour. The train travels first 30 kilometer. 30 kilometer, first 30 kilometer distance is covered with a uniform speed of 30 kilometer per hour. Distance AC is covered with a uniform speed of 30 km per hour. So how fast must the train travel the next 30 km? The next 30 km. How fast the train moves the next 30 km? So suppose V is the speed for next 30 km, or suppose it V2. This is V1. For first 30 km, the average speed is given 30 km per hour, and for the next 30 km, we have supposed that V2 is the average speed, so as to average 40 km for the entire train. For the entire train means in going from A to C and from C to B, the total average speed is given 40 km per hour. So average speed is 40 km per hour. We have to find the speed, average speed in going from C to B, which is 30 km apart. So firstly we will find time taken in going from A to C. Time taken in going from A to C. Suppose T1 is the time taken in going from A to C. So time equals to distance upon speed. The distance AC is 30 and the speed is already given 30. So it becomes 1 hour. So time taken by the train to go from A to C with the average speed of 30 km per hour and the distance is 30 km. So time taken will be 1 hour. Now time taken to go from C to B. C से B तक जाने में कितना टाइम लगा? So time T2, again distance 30 and the speed V2. So 30 by V2, this is the time taken in going from C to B. And the formula for average speed. The formula for average speed is total distance upon total time taken. The formula for average speed is given by total distance upon total time taken. And the total distance is 30 plus 30, 60 km. And total time means T1 plus T2. T1 plus T2. Now average speed is given 40 km per hour. Total distance is 60. Time T1 we have calculated 1 hour, and time T2 also we have calculated 30 by T2. Do cross multiplication, 40 into 1, 40 plus 40 into 30 by V2. 1200 by V2 equals to 60, and 1200 by V2 equals to 60 minus 40. 1200 by V2 equals to 20, and cross multiplication 20 V2 equals to 1200 and V2 equals to 1200 by 20, which is 60 km per hour. So this is the average speed in going from C to B when the total average speed for the entire trip was given 40 km per hour. Now we will see next question. A body covers 1/3 of its journey. A body covers 1/3 of its journey with a speed u. A body covers 1/3 of its journey with a speed u. Next 1/3 with a speed v. Next 1/3 with a speed v, and the last 1/3 with a speed v, and last 1/3 with a speed w. Last 1/3 with a speed w. So calculate the average speed. Calculate the average speed in a whole trip. पूरी जर्नी में इसकी एवरेज स्पीड कितनी है, ये हमें फाइंड आउट करना है। बॉडी कवर्स 1/3 ऑफ द जर्नी with a speed u. Suppose the track is AB, this is C, this is B. So total distance of the track is x. A body covers 1/3 of its journey. 1/3 of its journey means x by 3 distance. X by 3 meter distance is covered by time t1. Next, by time t1 and the speed is given u. Next 1/3, next x by 3 distance is covered with time t2 and the speed is given v. And the last 1/3 distance, x by 3, last 1/3 distance is covered with a speed w. And suppose the time taken is t3. So we have to find the average speed during the whole trip. So firstly we will find time taken to cover the distance AC, t1 distance. Distance, time taken to cover the distance AC. Time equals to distance upon speed. Distance is x by 3 and speed is u. So t1 time becomes x by 3u, and time t2, time taken to cover the distance CD, which is also x by 3 distance, and speed is v. So it becomes x by 3v. And t3, time taken to cover the distance dv. Again distance x by 3 and the speed in this segment was w. So it becomes x by 3w. Now use the formula for average speed. Total distance upon total time. So the total distance is x and the time taken t1 plus t2 plus t3. So x by t1 time is x by 3u, t2 time is x by 3v, and T3 time h, x by 3w. Now we have to solve this. So x by, we can take x by 3 is common. So it remains 1 by u plus 1 by v plus 1 by w. X by 3, x gets cancelled, it becomes 3. By taking LCM, UVW, we get VW plus UV plus V gets cancelled, UW, W gets cancelled, and it comes UV. So this becomes 3UVW upon UV plus UW plus VW. This is the average speed in a whole trip. 3UVW upon UV plus UW plus VW. This is the average speed in the whole trip. Next question is, a body traveling along a straight line. A body traveling along a straight line covers one half of the distance, one half of the total distance with the velocity v0, one half of the total distance with a velocity v0. A body traveling along a straight line covers one half of the total distance with a speed v0. The remaining part of the distance was covered. The remaining part of the distance. The remaining part of the distance. The remaining part of the distance was covered with the velocity v0. The remaining part of the distance was covered with a velocity v1 for first half time. The remaining part of the distance was covered with a velocity v1 for first half the time, and with velocity v2 for the other half of time, and for the velocity and with the velocity v2 for second next half or next half time. So find the average velocity over the whole journey. Find average velocity over the whole journey. Over the whole journey. A body traveling along a straight line. Suppose this is a track, straight track, and the distance of this complete track is x meter. A body traveling along a straight line covers one half of the total distance. Suppose this is the half AC. So one half of the total distance means x by 2. one half of the total distance with the velocity v1. This much distance is covered with the velocity v0, and the remaining half, and suppose the time taken to cover the distance AC is t1. Total time taken to cover the distance AC is t1, and the distance AC is x by 2, and in this segment the speed was v1. The remaining part of the distance was covered with the velocity v1 for first half time. Suppose time taken to cover the distance CV is t2. t2 is the total time covered, the total time taken to cover the distance CV. So for first half time means t2 by 2 time, or t2 by 2 time, the velocity was v1. Name it t. For t2 by 2 time, the velocity is v1, and with the velocity v2 for the next half time, and for the next half time t2 by 2, the velocity is v2. So this distance is x by 2, then the distance from C to B will also be x by 2. So the remaining x by 2 distance is covered in 2 time intervals. For first time t2 by 2, the speed was v1. For the next t2 by 2 time, the speed was v2. So firstly we have to find the average speed in going from A to B. In whole trip, we have to find the average speed. So firstly we will find the time taken by the body to go from A to C, which is already, we have supposed t1. So time t1 equals to distance upon speed. In this segment, the distance is x by 2 and the speed is v0. So t1 becomes x by 2 v0. Now the distance CV means x by 2 distance is covered in 2 different time segments, t2 by 2 and t2 by 2. So distance equals to speed into time. We know distance equals to speed into time. So for next half distance, CV distance is x by 2, and CV can be written as CV plus TV. CV distance, for CV distance, the speed was v1 and the time was t2 by 2. For the other segment DB, the speed was v2 and the time taken was t2 by 2. So this is the total distance CD plus DB, and distance equals to speed into time. This is the distance CD distance, and this is the distance DB. Distance equals to speed into time. So x by 2. From these two terms, t2 by 2 is the common. We get v1 plus v2, and 2 gets cancelled, and there comes the value of t2. t2 equals to x by v1 plus v2. Now we will calculate total time taken to cover the entire journey. We will find total time taken to cover the distance AB. Total time taken to cover the distance AB. The total time is T1 plus T2. T2 by 2 plus T2 by 2, it becomes T2. So total time is T1 plus T2. Now put the value of T1. The value of T1 is x by 2v0, and the value of T2 is x by v1 plus v2. Solve this. So x is common, 1 by 2v0 plus 1 by v1 plus v2. So x LCM comes 2v0 and V1 plus V2, 2V naught gets cancelled, V1 plus V2 plus 2V naught. This is the total time. T equals to T1 plus T2. Now formula for average velocity. Average velocity for the whole journey. Average velocity equals to total displacement upon total time. In this case, distance and displacement both are same. So total displacement means x by 2 plus x by 2. This is x. And total time taken already we have calculated x v1 plus v2 plus 2v naught upon 2v naught and v1 plus v2. So x gets cancelled and this becomes reciprocal. So it becomes 2v naught v1 plus v2 upon v1 plus v2 plus 2v naught. This is the average velocity for the entire trip, for the whole trip. 2v naught v1 plus v2 upon v1 plus v2 plus 2v naught. This is the average velocity for the entire trip. Next question. The position of an object moving along x-axis. The position of an object. The position of an object moving along x-axis. Position of an object moving along x-axis is given by the position of an object moving along x-axis is given by x equals to a plus bt square. X equals to a plus bt square, where a equals to 2.5 and b equals to 8.5. The value of a is given 2.5. The value of b is given 8.5. The value of a is 8.5 and the value of a is 8.5 and the value of b is 2.5 meter per second square. The value of a and b are given. A is 8.5 meter and b is 2.5 meter per second square. Means a is the distance and b is the acceleration. 8.5 meter, 2.5 meter per second square. And t is measured in second. So what is the velocity? And t is measured, time is measured. T is measured in second. So what is the velocity? What is the velocity at t equals to 0 and t equals to 2 seconds? What is the velocity at t equals to 0 and t equals to 2 seconds? Also find the average velocity. Also find the average velocity. Also find the average velocity between t equals to 2 seconds, between t equals to 2 seconds and t equals to 4 seconds. So the position of an object moving along x-axis is given by x equals to a plus bt square, and the value of a and b are given. T is in second. Firstly we have to find the velocity at t equals to 0 and t equals to 2 seconds. Means we have to find the instantaneous velocity at a particular instant when time t equals to 0. What is the velocity? And at time t equals to 2 seconds, what is the velocity? So this velocity is called instantaneous velocity, and instantaneous velocity we know dx by dt. So we will differentiate this term. So differentiation of x with respect to t, dx by dt. A is the constant term, gets cancelled. B and differentiation of t square is 2t. Dx by dt can be written v. So v equals to 2bt. This is the instantaneous state. V equals to 2bt. Now put the value of b. So 2 into the value of b is already given 2.5 t. So it comes v equals to 5 t. Now the first part, we have to find the velocity at t equals to 0. So at t equals to 0, put the time t equals to 0. So velocity v becomes 0. So at t equals to 0, the instantaneous velocity v is also 0, and at t equals to 2 seconds. So put the value of t as 2. So 5 into 2. So which is 10 meter per second. So at time t equals to 2 seconds, the instantaneous velocity is 10 meter per second, and at t equals to 0, the instantaneous velocity is 0. Now we have to find the average velocity between t equals to 2 and t equals to 4 seconds. So the average velocity was average velocity. The formula for average velocity was x2 minus x1 by t2 minus t. And already the value of x is given. X is given a plus bt square. We will put the value of a and b. So the value of a is 8.5 plus b 2.5 into t square. So at time between, we have to find the average velocity between 2 seconds to 4 seconds. So we will find x1, initial position. So initial position is found by putting the value time t equals to 2 seconds, initial time. So x1 equals to 8.5 plus 2.5 into t square. So 2 square 4. It becomes 8.5 plus 2.5 into 4, 10. And this is 18.5 meter. This is the initial position x. Now we will find the final position by putting the value of t equals to 4 seconds in this expression. And this will be given x2. So a 8.5 plus 2.5 into t square, 4 square, 16, 8.5 plus 16 into 2.5. This is 40. And 40 plus 8.5. This is 48.5 meter. So we have calculated x1 and x2. x2 is 48.5 meter, x1 is 18.5. So directly put the value x2 48.5 minus x1 18.5 time t2 4 seconds time t1 2 seconds. So 48.5 minus 18.5. This becomes 30 upon 2, and this is 15 meter per second. This is the average velocity from t equals to 2 seconds to t equals to 4 seconds. This is the average velocity from t equals to 2 seconds to t equals to 4 seconds. So we have calculated instantaneous velocity v when time t equals to 0, the instantaneous velocity was 0. When time t equals to 2 seconds, the instantaneous velocity was 10 meter per second, and this is the average velocity from time t equals to 2 seconds to t equals to 4 seconds. Next question. The displacement of a particle. The displacement of a particle. The displacement of a particle moving along x-axis is given by the displacement of a particle moving along x-axis is given by x equals to 18t plus 5t square. X equals to 18t plus 5t square. X equals to 18t plus 5t square. Calculate the instantaneous velocity. Calculate the instantaneous velocity. Calculate the instantaneous velocity at time t equals to 2 seconds. Instantaneous velocity at t equals to 2 seconds. First point. Second point. Calculate the average velocity. Calculate the average velocity from t equals to 2 seconds to t equals to 3 seconds. Between 2 seconds to 3 seconds, we have to calculate the average velocity. And third point, calculate as instantaneous acceleration. Calculate instantaneous acceleration. So these three things we have to calculate it, and the equation is given. Equation for displacement along x-axis is given 18t plus 5t square. So for finding the instantaneous velocity, we must have to differentiate with respect to time. The differentiation of x with respect to time, dx by dt. 18 times the differentiation of t is 1 plus 5 into t square. The differentiation of t square is 2t. This becomes velocity 18 plus 10t, and the time is given 2 seconds. At time t equals to 2 seconds. So at t equals to 2 seconds, we will calculate the instantaneous velocity 18 plus 10 into 2. 18 plus 20. This is 38 meter per second. So this is the instantaneous velocity at time t equals to 2 seconds. Now we have to find the average velocity from t equals to 2 seconds to t equals to 3 seconds. So again we will find the initial position, initial displacement x1, and x1 is calculated by putting time t equals to 2 seconds. So 18 into 2 plus 5 into 2 square, which is 4. 18 2s are 36 plus 20, which is 56 meter. Now calculate x2 by putting the value of t is 3. So 18 into 3 plus 5 into 3 square 9. 18 3s are 54 plus 49. 9 5s are 45. 5 plus 4 9 and 9. This is 99 meter. So average velocity equals to total displacement total displacement upon total time taken. Total displacement means x2 minus x1. Total time taken means t2 minus t1. The value of x2 is 99. The value of x1 is 56. t2 is 3. t1 is 2. So it gives 343 by 1 means 43 meter per second. So this is the average velocity in a journey from t equals to 2 seconds to t equals to 3 seconds. Now we have to find instantaneous acceleration. So already we have calculated the expression for instantaneous velocity, which is 18 plus 10t. So for finding the instantaneous acceleration, differentiation of v with respect to dv by dt, this is called instantaneous acceleration. Differentiation of 18, this is constant term, it becomes 0, and the differentiation of t is 1. So this is k, and dv by dt is called a, instantaneous acceleration. So a equals to 10 meter per second square. So we have calculated instantaneous velocity at time t equals to 2 seconds, the average velocity from t equals to 2 seconds to 3 seconds, and instantaneous acceleration. Next question. The distance x of a particle moving in one direction. The distance x of a particle. The distance x of a particle moving in one direction. The distance x of a particle moving in one dimension under the action of a constant force. Under the action of a constant force. Under the action of a constant force related to time t. Related to time t h. The distance covered related to time t is given by the equation t equals to under root x by 3. T equals to under root x plus 3, where x is in meter and time t is in second. The equation is given t equals to under root x plus 3. X is in meter, time t is in second. Find the displacement of the particle when its velocity is 0. Find the displacement of the particle. Find the displacement of the particle when its velocity is 0. We have to calculate displacement of the particle when its velocity is 0. So we have given t equals to under root x plus 3. We will eliminate x. So root x becomes equals to t minus 3. To remove the square root, we have to squaring both sides. Squaring both sides. So root x the whole square, it becomes x, and this becomes t minus 3 the whole square. So x equals to t square minus 6t plus 9. Now find the velocity, instantaneous velocity. So we have to differentiate dx by dt. This becomes 2t minus 6. The differentiation of 9 becomes 0. So this gives the expression for velocity. And we have given that we have to find the displacement when its velocity is 0. So make the velocity 0 and calculate the time. V equals to 0. It means 2t minus 6 equals to 0, 2t equals to 6 and t equals to 3 seconds. So we have calculated time when its velocity becomes 0. Now we have to find the displacement. So the expression for displacement was x equals to t minus 3 the whole square. Put the value of t is 3. So 3 minus 3 the whole square becomes 0. So the displacement becomes 0 when its velocity is 0. When its velocity is 0, when dv by dt, dx by dt was 0, then we calculated time and we have find the displacement by putting the value of